Oh, hey, how's it going? It's me, Amanda. I am here. I never know what to say. Like, I have a business and it's called Kick Ass with Both Feet. I am your guide into two-footed ass kickery, is what I said in my live Facebook or my Facebook group. Anyways, it's like 100 degrees in my apartment. As you can tell, this is me now until August or September. Um, how are you doing if you're in a part of the world that is experiencing a lot of heat right now? Hope you're staying cool, Daddy-o. I'm a little zany. It's the end of the day. I've been on doing a lot today and I'm ready to wind it down, but I can't forget about you. And it is Tuesday, and so that means it's time for your weekly tit. If you don't know and you're wondering what the hell is a weekly tit, what does that even mean? It means it's an acronym and it stands for Try It Tuesday. And I show up here as your coach of kicking ass with both feet and I tell you something that you might try. I highly recommend you try. It is a practice or an exercise or a prompt to help you live a more kick-ass life and have more fun and more joy and be more amazing all around. I already know you're awesome. How are you going to be more awesome so that everybody knows it? So this is the idea I had for this week, and it's been really working for me. That's the other thing, obviously. I hope it's obvious. Excuse me. I don't teach you shit unless I'm using it and having really great results with it. So it's tested by me, yours truly, and I do recommend that you try this at home. So one I've been using, I am an entrepreneur and I'm building my business and it's awesome. It's going really great. Thanks for asking. I'm having a lot of fun and I'm going through all the feels, but that's part of kicking ass with both feet, right? Like I'm not afraid of any emotion. When you realize that you can handle any emotion, you are truly unstoppable, because that is really all we're afraid of, is how we're going to feel about a thing. And that's really all we ever, like, the only reason we want a goal or go for a thing, it's never about the thing. It's always about how we think we're going to feel when we get it. So that's just a little side note. That's the coaching I do. And if you want to dig deeper into that, or if you're curious about that, shoot me an email. Ooh, I started a new email address. Do kickasswithbothfeet@gmail.com, like a boss. Someday I'll have like at kickasswithbothfeet.com, but for now it's kickasswithbothfeet@gmail.com. Send me questions, send me concerns. If you want to know more about coaching with me, shoot me a message, we'll work it out. Anyways, feel any feeling, you're unstoppable. You're a force to be reckoned with. Why was I talking about that? Oh, because being an entrepreneur is a roller coaster, and that's why I can say that it's fun, because even though there's a lot of stress and angst and crying and whatever's, at the end of it, I know that I can handle anything, and so it's kind of fun, because it's like, bring it on, and it builds my capacity, and I'm stronger than ever, and I'm just going to keep kicking ass. So that's what I wish for you. So try this Try It Tuesday exercise. Your weekly tit is to role play yourself in the different roles of your life that you need to be. So for me, this comes up as I got to put on a CEO hat. I don't know what kind of hat I'm wearing. It's like a big 10-gallon cowboy hat. I put that on when I'm the boss. And I step into that because it's really easy to just be kind of like frantic and thinking, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, I don't know what to do. When you're an entrepreneur, even though success leaves clues and we have the internet and it's magic and I can learn how to do anything, it can still be really overwhelming, and I'm still carving out my own path, even though there's been lots of life coaches who've blazed the trail before me. I'm still doing it my own way, and there's still an element of like, yeah, but what do I need to do right now, right? So before, I used to just be, it's me, Amanda, I'm running a business and I'm doing all these things, and it was kind of frantic and hectic and difficult. But now I've been intentionally putting on the coach hat or the CEO hat and saying like, okay, let's take an overview. How would a CEO look at this business? How do I want to approach this as the boss lady? Like as the fucking boss of the hot sauce. I've got the vision. I'm hiring the employees. I don't know if CEOs actually hire people. They probably have HR for that. But I'm not trying to start like a corporation hierarchy situation, but you know, I'm the boss. And so being a boss is very different than like getting to work on a social media post or writing a thing. So it's helpful to just sort of like put that hat on and just sit and think about the vision and think about the mission and think about what we're really trying to do here and look at the big picture, right? And that feels good to like step into that boss authority, like that energy of I'm in charge and I'm going to lead us forward. I am a leader. Here's what we're going to do. Here's the idea for the week. Here's the goal for the year. Let's get there. And then I want to be a good boss. So I think about how I would motivate myself, and I think about the kind of company I'm creating and how it's going to help others. And I just really get into that, and I write about it, and I walk around and I think about it, and it's awesome. And then I think, okay, what kind of employees do I need in this business? And then I switch and put my employee hat on, or as I called it in one of my lives, my little employee bonnet or whatever. Some sort of thing that means I'm the employee now. And I want to work for myself. And so I want to be a good employee, and I want to show up for work, and I want to be diligent, but I also want to take care of myself and take my breaks and eat my food and, take care of myself. I've been the burned out, stressed out employee. I've been the unproductive, lazy employee who hates her job. And I've been a really good, earnest, hardworking employee that gives because I believe in the mission. And that's how I want to show up in this business. And that's why I want to show up for myself. And so I really take time to think about, what does that look like? How do I organize my time? I actually went and got myself a planner, the real official business kind of planner from Office Depot that I used to have when I was a social worker, because it really works for me to track my freaking appointments. And so just little things like that, like just thinking about, how can I be efficient? How can I manage my time wisely? And when I put something in the calendar, I honor it, just like I would have done if I was showing up to a 9-to-5 job. So that's the takeaway. And what I want to offer too is that you don't have to be an entrepreneur or working on building your own business for this kind of thing to work. Like, think about if you're trying to be more creative in your life. Put on a creative director hat and pretend like you're taking that bird's eye view and you're in charge of the art you want to make, or you as an artist, right? Like, there's two roles there. There's you being like, ooh, let's make this, let's make that. I've got these ideas. Here's what I want to see. Here's where we're at in this project. Project director, maybe something like that. Creative director. Be the boss of that. And then switch over to the artist hat, the jaunty beret that artists might wear in my movie fantasy, whatever. Put that on and then say, okay, how do I bring this vision to life? How do I show up and make time for my art and paint and do the things I've got to do? If you are wanting to write a book or you're working on your poetry, how do you show up as like the editor, the publisher, the person with the vision for the book? Then how do you step into the other role of the person who's actually got to write that material? And this is such a cool exercise. I've really been enjoying it because you get to see how you want to show up. Like, whatever you're creating, and you are creating all the time in your life, you're building it and you're the boss of it. And it's important to really feel into, how do you want to direct it and guide it and move it forward and have that bigger vision for it? And then how do you want to step into that other role of the person who's like in there getting their hands dirty, showing up, getting the shit done in the trenches? And you can do all of those things with like this attitude of shaming and I'm not doing enough and I'm behind and you're a bad worker. Well, you're a bad boss. Like, it can get really ugly in here, right? Or you can show up with like, hey, we're doing this really cool thing and I'm so excited about it and I'm so excited to have you on board and let's fucking achieve this goal together, right? And then you can show up as that employee and be like, yeah, I'm excited about it too. And I want to do good work for you because you're a great boss. And it's fun and it's working for me. And I like that. And then I can give time to stepping into each of those roles as well. Like, Mondays are for creation and visioning and that CEO time. And then the other days are for the admin and being the employee in the business. And it's just been awesome. So why don't you go ahead and try that? And another one that's been really helping me, I'm part of 2 pretty burly courses right now. And I've been noticing that I'm switching gears in there, and that's been super helpful too, where I kind of take the coach hat off, the professional, the CEO, the entrepreneur. I set that aside, or I'm trying to show up in the class as a student. And there's always a time in our day where it's a good idea to take off the ego, the identity, the role, take that hat off, and put on the hat of a beginner, a listener, a student. Even if you're not in an actual class, like, be a student when you're with your neighbor. Be a student when you're meeting someone new. Be a student of life at the store when you're buying your coffee or when you're buying your toilet paper. Like, pay attention to other people and be kind and just whatever, like, this is good stuff. And I'm curious to see if it works for you. And I'd love to hear about it. If you try it, let me know in the comments. And I also want to send a little whisper of a change coming. Stay tuned. I'm going to be here again Saturday, and I'm still thinking about it, but these videos might be going away, but not permanently. They might just be being moved to somewhere else. So if you like these videos, If you're enjoying them, if you've been watching and they're helping you, first of all, let me know. I love to hear it. Sometimes I feel like I'm speaking into the void, but I don't mind. You don't have to, you're under no pressure to talk to me. This is for you. But I just want to say, like, I do love hearing from you. If this is helpful, let me know. But just pay attention if you like them, because I'm going to be maybe moving them or changing this somehow. So I want you to stay in the loop and come along with me if you're liking this. So yeah, just stay tuned. I'll be back Saturday to talk at you about our theme, which is courage, if you're not fancy. All right. This is Goofy. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.